Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ace. This is day one of my tour. I'm just about to go over the truck. I've already done like a dry walk around. Looks like it's in pretty good condition. It's got about 500,000 miles on it, which is about normal for a company truck, especially for a solo operator like myself. They don't give you the newest trucks. They reserve those for the team drivers. But it still looks like a pretty good truck. It's nice. It's pretty clean. Just a few scratches on it. I'll show you with the walk around. Like I said, I'm not going to do an in-depth video on how I do a pre-trip, but I'll save that for a later video. But I'm going to get that done, and let's see. Well, it's 8 o'clock right now, so yeah, I gotta send in my message saying that I'm available because I took a 10-hour break already. Just at 8 o'clock it hit 10 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this video real quick and then send my message. I've also got to send a couple pictures of the little bit of damage that's on the truck. All right, the first little bit of damage is down there on there's a piece missing. Sometimes it's hard to determine what's missing and what's because sometimes, like, I'll see the little rubber piece down there at the bottom. It's supposed to go the whole length, so there's that, and there's a tiny nick on that piece, but I didn't even take a picture of that because it's so minor. The bumper, the grill, I mean, I don't know why they went. Oh, it's because my camera. I'm using the Wi-Fi app for to remotely control my camera. So I'm just live. The picture was sideways for a second, and I was like wondering why. So I got some bubbling in the chrome. That's not really damage. That's just normal deal. I've got a kind of a pretty good scuff right here, and then a couple nicks, and then this fairing is also missing the rubber piece. And this is what I mean. It's like, to me that looks kind of normal, but I know that there's a piece missing because there's just that one piece at the very back that's still there. Oops. And then you got this pretty good gouge. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. All the rear looks pretty good. It's got a new brake chamber over on that side, which is that piece right there. You can see it's newer than this other side here, which is right there. All right, and then it's got some RTB around the pumpkin. So that looks like it's been rebuilt at some point. But I mean, this is not a truck that I'm going to be buying, so it's not really a big deal. It's just, I guess, something to think about. Just, I kind of want to get myself in the habit of looking at stuff like that, so that when I do buy a truck, that I get a truck that's in good quality. All right, so when you're doing your first inspection, you want to make sure this plate is attached. So it's got what 7 bolts on this side, and it also needs to be welded at the edges. And there's also a stop that's welded to the frame as well. And the pin right here, that pin needs to be in good condition too. All right, the tires are all good. I went ahead and I normally just kick them, and that kind of make, you can feel it when it's not right. I mean, obviously the best way is to put a tire gauge on it, but I've already opened this. I've already opened that side. I haven't picked up my gloves yet, so well, I have to check the oil, but that's not really why I have this. It's just to let you know that I haven't had a chance to pick up gloves yet because my last pair wore out and I threw them away. So alright, so on the engine bay, you want to check to make sure this is not above. There's a line. It's actually on the other side, but the line is, oh, it's right about here. When the fuel gets above that point, you have to have a PM done, and you also drain this with this little chuck right here, or ball cock. Not on the ground. You have to put it in a cup or something and put it back in the fuel tank, or that's what I normally do. I don't know if that's recommended or not, but basically this is a water separator and fuel filter. So the fuel will go in there, and the water will rise to the top, I think, or no, it'll rise. The fuel will rise to the top, and the water will go to the bottom, and then like it'll pick up. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it picks up above the water line. So this is like almost empty. So either someone's drained it too aggressively, which I had the truck running last night for a little bit, so it's not really a problem that it's out of fuel or anything. But sometimes if you drain it too aggressively, you can actually unprime the fuel pump. Oh, actually, there's a little thing that says change filter when it hits this line. I knew there was something on there, but it was just so faint I couldn't see it. But my feeling is this truck recently had a PM, which is like basic oil change. They get this particular motor gets it every 50,000 miles, I believe. And you got your coolant reservoir. The last truck I had a tag on the top that said to use a specific coolant. This one doesn't have it, but I believe it's still the same. And I actually found a empty coolant bottle in the side cabin, and I don't think it's the right type of coolant, because you have to have the right color. Like, you don't want to mix green with a pink or red or whatever it is. It's because the motor is specifically designed for that particular coolant. Alright, let me not forget my phone there. Alright, and pretty important is checking the oil. Now you want to let the truck sit for about at least 15 minutes before you check the oil. I don't know if I can get that on the camera. I'm not going to touch anything. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but I think you can. It looks like it's kind of trying to focus in. It's a little low, but not. I wouldn't worry about it. I normally don't. There's a bottom hash marks. Basically, when it gets to that point, it's a gallon to get from the bottom of the hash marks to the top. And you'll also get a warning light when you get a gallon low. And you think, well, a gallon low, that's crazy. But this thing holds like 14 gallons of oil. Let's see here. Some other things. Power steering reservoir. I've had that go low on me a few times on a few different trucks. You want to make sure your belts are in good shape. It looks like they're intact. It's, you know, and also in the past I've had problems with my the fan, the radiator fan. What'll happen is the bearing will start to wear out, and it'll start to rub on the shroud, and what you'll see is you'll see the wear marks on the fan blade. All right, this is something interesting that I noticed. Right up here, it says 5/13/2014 and 197,000 miles. I'm thinking this is a new motor, which is, you know, I'm not. That's not necessarily true. It could be that was written on there when the last time they changed the air filter or something. But without looking at the maintenance records, it's hard to tell. There's not a lot going on this side. You just gotta make sure your hoses for your turbo intercooler are on there good. You know, which you're gonna have issues if they're not. So and this truck is very has technologically advanced, so like any little issue and it's gonna send a check engine light on, you know. So so you don't have to really be a mechanic to know what you're doing under there. You just have to kind of make sure you're following the check engine lights and not driving the truck around with the serious problems. Let's see what else. I had this mirror over here had tape on it or something. Had a little bit of scuffing on the side, but I'm not sure what the tape was for. Maybe some people put XM satellite radio on their mirrors, and maybe that was holding the holding the wire for it. All right, I'm gonna get the message sent to my company, and so that I can get started driving. And I might be headed to Salt Lake City. That's one of the messages that I got. Which I really love Salt Lake City, and I haven't been up in this area in like 6 years, so it's cool. I like the. It's. I mean, I'm wearing long sleeves right now. It's, you know, second week of September, so